Alright guys, look, I don't know about you guys, but I'm about 5 hours into God of War, and my mind is absolutely blown away. Everything that was said about this game is tenfold upon playing as you take out enemies and travel to different locations that are insanely beautiful, by the way, on the PS4 Pro. But the biggest question many have had, including myself, is exactly how did Kratos travel to the Norse mythology from the Greek mythology at the end of God of War 3? What is going on, guys? It is TKD123 here, and I did a bit of research and can actually answer that question. Let's go. When the game was first shown, there was some doubt as to if this was actually our Greek god killer Kratos, or someone that resembled him closely that resided in the Norse mythology. Many assumed Kratos died at the end of God of War 3, with him stabbing himself at the end of the game. However, his body did go missing, and a trail of blood appeared pointing to Kratos' escape that took place. We know now that not only did Kratos escape the events of God of War 3, but he also escaped to Norse mythology, which is the big question here. There was even a pretty considerable amount of people that were thinking that this was a new reality or a brand new character of Kratos, a different version of him, but it is obviously confirmed here with the release of God of War PS4 that we are playing our old true Kratos. So how exactly did this happen? How did Kratos travel from Greece to Norway, from the Greek mythology to the Norse mythology? And essentially, Barlog explained this back at E3 2016. He explained that a common belief amongst historians is that each culture's mythological belief system existed and thrived in the same universe as each other, but were only separated by geography. Similar to continents on Earth, all the different mythological beliefs existed in close proximity to each other. And so essentially, Kratos going to Norse mythology is literally like him going from Greece to Norway. They exist in a unified space. Barlog then goes on to say this interesting tidbit as well. Quote, a lot of people think that Norse, they think Viking, but there's really this amazing prehistory, the migration, and then the prior to that, the pre-migration era. In the Viking era, they always talked about the gods have abandoned us. Thor and Loki and Odin all walked the earth at one point, but they're not around anymore. The Vikings fight for them, but they're not there. This idea that we're at is saying we're at a prehistory point where gods did walk the earth when the monsters were real before they became extinct. It's a fun place to be in because it allows us to paint our own image of Norse mythology as opposed to anyone else's. And just reflecting and looking at all the trailers and even playing through the actual game, I'm about 5 hours in, like I said, with all of that in mind, just this quote speaks so much more to the game as well. As you go through and you fight all these monsters that we've seen in many trailers and that you may have played as well and everything, it is absolutely stunning how they took this era where the gods were on Earth and they were still here and we're playing in that type of space. Now my only question here, it's the obvious question that I feel that a lot of people would have drawing upon reading all this stuff, is does Kratos have anything to do with the Norse gods leaving? That would explain the common Viking line, the gods have abandoned us. I'm sure Kratos doesn't have everything to do with them abandoning the earth. However, wouldn't it be so cool to know that Kratos had something to do with the gods leaving? Now, you know, I don't know about killing them, but Kratos did kill a lot of Greek gods, so maybe he has some blood out for the Norse mythology gods. And again, I could be speaking on this video and it'll be really funny to look back on once I beat the game, because maybe all this is true. Maybe he really does go and he kills all the Norse mythology gods in the end of the game or something like that, and that involves them and that pushes them to somehow leave the earth. Or maybe this whole quote about, you know, the gods abandoning us, it's maybe the perspective of the human, of the actual Viking standpoint, where they feel that the gods abandoned them when in actuality maybe they were all killed by Kratos. Who knows? Again, I have no idea. I'm only 5 hours into the game, so this video could be really funny to look back on once I beat the game, but you know, that's just what I thought of, you know, reading upon this research and everything. Now moving on to that same interview, he did have another tidbit that is not involving the main topic of this video, but I thought it was something that was pretty cool to just say about and really just, you know, portray here in this video. And it's about how he reinvented Kratos and how him having a child, him being Cory Barlog, helped him reshape Kratos in God of War PS4. He says, quote, you have a kid and it kind of changes the way you see things and how I approach problems creatively. And I thought there's some fascinating potential here for what Kratos would be like if given a second chance. But as straightforward as the answer was as to how Kratos got to Norse mythology, it's pretty cool that they have a solid and sensible answer to it all. I figured it'd be something super convoluted, super out there, but you know, it's pretty straightforward and actually makes sense. It's literally like him just going to another country, another continent. It's like he's on vacation, you know what I'm saying? But it's not really vacation because he's running into, you know, these Norse gods and stuff like that, and you know, there's a bunch of issues, and there's this kid, and you know, there's a boat, stuff like that. Great game, great game. Oh, and those elves, man, like those elves are kind of annoying. You know, I mean, I like the blue one a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Shoot me. But the blue one's pretty cool. But beside the point here, ladies and gentlemen, I've been playing a lot of God of War, and I am enjoying the hell out of it. But I want to know what you guys think here about God of War. Are the reviews that you read prior to the release, are they lining up with how you are playing the game? Is it meeting your expectations? Is it overcoming it? Is it falling short? For me personally, I feel like it is definitely on par and arguably maybe overcoming. Like this, I am completely blown away by this game and how good it is. And you know, it is something that was obviously said before release and the reviews and everything, but I never really thought it'd be, you know, this good, this intriguing. I am so hooked on the gameplay, so hooked on the game overall, the story, everything, the dynamic between Kratos and Atreus, all of it is just amazing so far, and I cannot wait to continue to play it. But most importantly, I want to know what you think down in the comments below. Make sure to let me know, and we'll start a discussion down there. And make sure also, while you are down there, to check out our description where you can find our Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, where you can follow us on there. And make sure to also keep it locked here on the channel for all things PlayStation. I know it's been a little bit convoluted with all things God of War lately, but I do have some more stuff coming this week that are revolving other realms of PlayStation, so definitely go keep a lookout for those videos this week. And of course, thank you all for watching. Hope you liked the video, and as always, keep on following.